This is a Frank podcast.
Kia ora, and welcome to the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris, and Guy. We're an everyday, sorry, no, we're not. We're a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer.
Make sure you get that right, Ellie, because it's a big difference.
I always screw that line up, if I even say it at all. Now, you may have noticed that there's only one other voice here. That's you, Chris.
Hello.
Where's Guy?
Guy is sick. His lovely wife Meg got COVID, and then their beautiful daughter Daisy got COVID, and so it was inevitable that he got COVID. But he did send us a voice message, I believe, just checking in to make sure everything's okay.
Hello team, Guy here, currently throwing a ball for my dog at the park. And I have COVID, which is just dandy. That is why I'm not there tonight. It has ruined my track record of being at every single ECG recording. Because somebody had a bat, and 4 years later, here I am in a park with a sore throat. I'm sure it's been a fantastic show with just Chris and Ellie. I'm sure Ellie has mentioned that she maybe possibly, with a few spare 5 minutes, played some Trackmania. She definitely hasn't touched Stray, and maybe she played some Chimp Party or Knowledge is Power, but that is absolutely it. Chris, I know Chris, I haven't played Helldivers with Chris this week. I don't think he's been on it. I reckon Chris started soldering on his Game Boy project and then realised that he needs to buy another thingamajiggy-mabob in order for him to do it. So he hasn't really progressed in his project. But we are all waiting on bated breath, sitting on the edges of our seats to know what the update is with the Game Boy project.
All right, wrap it up, man.
This week I will be continuing to play Helldivers 2. I am thoroughly enjoying that game. And yeah, I'm just ready to deliver some more democracy and freedom to some planets with some bugs and some bots. Hey,
all right, mate.
Hope you've had a great show. And I did a Temu purchase.
Still going.
I did my first ever Temu purchase. Just that arrived today. I got 190 golf tees, but I also got something for the podcast studio, so I'll bring that next week.
Ooh.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Bye. All right, thank you.
See you, mate. Yeah, those audio issues weren't great, were they?
No, it was doing it in direct in a headwind. Also, guys, shout out. I'm pretty sure I messaged through saying send through a clip to play at the beginning of the podcast, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so
this is why we played it at the beginning, but it didn't make sense.
So what he's done there is misread that and now made a lot of jokes about us, which we were hoping would happen in the podcast. But now that we know, we're not going to do them.
Yeah, you were wrong about all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellie did play Stray.
Yeah.
No. 2 weeks till your Stray review, by the way.
I know, I heard that in the last week's podcast that I listened to, and I was like, oh, that's right. So, that's coming along nicely. Look, forgive me, I landed this morning. Did I mention I went travelling?
Fresh from LA.
And apologies that I wasn't here last week, and now 2 weeks in a row, there's only two of us. But hey, we don't need Guy. We're fine.
No, we don't need Guy at all. I'm definitely not worried about our chemistry as a duo.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Should we do listen to feedback?
I haven't even teased what we're doing. We're off the rails. Sorry. Okay, today we're talking about lessons we've learned from video games.
Yes.
Chris, you want to know if you're uncool?
Yeah. Basically, is it embarrassing to use handheld games in a public setting?
Okay, all right. And then we've got the top 3 entries for our community Facebook page. Name.
That's right. I believe the winning choice out of these 3, once it's all said and done, wins a $100 voucher for any game they want to buy.
Yes. So that's a good prize. So we've got the top 3,
very
and
exciting.
We'll talk more about that later in the show. But for now, let's do some listener feedback.
We
need like a little listener feedback or something.
Can you just play a sting, Sam, just so we've got something? Listener feedback. That was actually sweet.
That was quite cool, actually. I reckon we could just chop that and use that every other time. All right, first of all, Eric from Minneapolis. Eric, he messaged through and he was in oh my gosh. Okay, look, I am tired. I won't lie. He messaged through about your AA battery issue, Chris, that you were going on about last week, how the batteries keep dying. And,
my double A's, yes.
Your double A's. And Eric said, get rechargeable batteries and switch them out. Guy replied to this message on Instagram saying, yep, that makes sense, but Chris wants to solder a new battery in because it's, that's just who Chris is. And then Eric said, explains all you need to know about Chris. And I felt like it was a bit of
massive
a
nerd. Honestly, there is an update on the Game Boy situation. I was going to talk about it this week, but I'll wait till next week. But I have been soldering.
Have you?
And it's been very enjoyable.
Oh my gosh, I'm really excited. Why are you teasing it? You want Guy to be here to
I just figure all three of it, even though it's
Yeah.
an audio medium, and I'm going to do a reveal of like whether or not I've done it, and you'll be able to see it if I have done it. I still just want Guy to be here as well.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. No, that's fine. So that's a big tease. That's a 7-day tease, that one. Wow, all right. Well, Cameron also messaged in, and in regards to your chat last week that you two were talking about things you wouldn't tolerate now that you used to tolerate as a child in your gaming endeavors,
That's right, yeah.
And he pitched in and said that he remembers the tangled cord mess that was his PS2 and the TV cabinet with all of the controller
Oh, my goodness.
like wrapping around, and him and
Yes.
his brother just couldn't like even get it out because it was such a nightmare, and that was just always a struggle for him.
And even like now that I think about it, like nowadays you plug in with an HDMI cord or HDMI 2.1 if you've got a 120 or above hertz TV.
Man,
you know what I'm talking about, Ellie?
You've never sounded so sexy.
Yeah, wait till I'm soldering in some batteries as well. But you've got just one HDMI cord. Back in the day, you had the cord that went into the RCA cables.
That's
the
right, the three colours.
Red, yellow, and white. So even those would get tangled up, more admin.
Yes.
And some TVs only had like a yellow and a white.
Yes.
Because it didn't have stereo sound. What's
Yeah.
that about, Ellie?
No, I never could have told you, and I still can't tell you now.
Exactly.
It's very confusing.
And I wouldn't put up with that nowadays.
No,
Great point.
amen. And then I forget that we have wireless controllers now. Like I always
yes.
kind of I forgot that we didn't have wireless controllers before then.
I remember I had I bought an what was it? I think it was a PlayStation 2. I had it in my room, and I always wanted to play it in my bed.
Oh,
In my bed,
yeah.
Ellie, like you do with your PS4, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
cozy.
Yes.
However, the controller wasn't long enough, so I had to buy a controller extension cord.
Oh.
So that I could sit right back. Because a controller only lets you sit like a few meters away.
Yeah, right, yeah, true.
Yeah, and my bed was like 4 or 5. When I was sitting back with the pillow against the wall, it was quite far back. So I had to buy an extension cord. Don't have to worry about that anymore.
There you go. Thank you for your contribution there, Cameron. Jimmy also wanted to ask, what's the most satisfying trophy/achievement you've accomplished?
That is a great question.
I mean, this is mainly a question for you, Chris, because I don't think I've ever won a trophy, really.
Okay, so I'm a big game trophy hunter, although I must admit, nowadays, now that I'm in my 30s, I'll see a trophy that's like, complete the whole game and get every feather and all the flags and all the blah, 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 and I'll go, okay, that's way too much effort. I don't get the same buzz out of getting the platinum anymore that I used to.
Oh, so it's wearing off.
It's just a wee bit on certain games. If it's a kick-ass game like Ragnarok or something big like Elden Ring, I really want to get the Elden Ring platinum. That requires 3 playthroughs. I'll happily do that
Yeah, okay.
over the next decade.
Right.
The most satisfying one I ever got, Last of Us 2, right? There is Grounded Plus, I believe, which is the hardest difficulty, one level above, which you unlock once you finish the game. And it was actually a DLC. They introduced an even harder version.
Oh, wow.
Which is basically you get shot like once and you die, or if a zombie comes over to you, you're pretty much dead.
Wow.
And so you have to stealth your way through the entire game, including through some levels where I'm pretty sure they weren't designed for you to be stealthy. But I managed to beat the game. And there's this part at the very end when you're in like this motel complex at the very end of the game. That took me like a week just to beat that part and sneak through.
So that's a week of you going back and forth to that game trying to sneak like what,
Yeah.
a meter? And then another meter, or like how was
so
it?
it was like you're entering, you come in through this like hole in a fence, and you've got to get through these sort of 3 massive area, not huge, like medium-sized open worlds. There's probably 20 people in each area and a few zombies, but you've got to stealth through and take them all out silently. Otherwise, as soon as one hears you, they'll all shoot at you and you die. And so it was just me plotting this perfect map around each little map of how to take everyone out. And then move to the next area. And then I would like 3 people to go in the final area. They spotted me. And I just like, threw a bottle at someone's head and like just sprinted, hit someone with a plank of wood, and then like jumped through the door and just made it.
And you did it?
And the screen was flashing red because I'd been shot.
Oh.
But I just made it in time, finished the game, and then I got the Grounded Plus difficulty or whatever it is, whatever that top one is.
Wow.
So that was the most satisfying. I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, I can't believe the amount of hours you actually put into that. That is some determination.
And because there are some trophies that are like take ages because you got to collect everything, whereas there are some that are just tough.
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
was just
yeah.
a real tough one that I was
Yeah.
stoked about.
Wow. Yeah. Well, look, I don't think I can name any significant trophies that I've won. Although, speaking of last week's episode, Blake Dawson suggested the It Took 2 Years trophy,
Oh,
Do you remember
yes,
that?
for you to, yeah, I think 2 years is even not long enough for you.
Yeah, it has to be like maybe a 5-year trophy. But Blake, I thought that was quite funny. So thank you for your contribution there about my It Takes Two journey. That's just seemed to have stopped still. I will get to that. Also, just want to...
No, you're not. Don't even say, Ellie, you've got to stop saying you will do stuff.
I will, but I will.
No,
Before I die, I
you
will.
let us down. Will
Yeah,
you though?
I have let us down.
No. I'm saying you're allowed to let us down. You're allowed to just say, you know what, I'm not feeling it. I'm
No,
done.
but I actually want to finish it.
Okay.
Do you know what? It's this level that's it's underwater and it's getting me.
Right, okay.
I think this bit's a bit of a roadblock. I think that's what's really going on is I can't bring myself to get through that level.
Right.
Because I think it's making me feel a little bit sick.
It's okay because you get so take some seasickness pills.
Yeah, I need to do
Make
that.
sure you're not grumpy with your partner Sam.
Yeah.
Make sure it's all chill.
Yeah.
And just sit down. But I don't care about that because you've got a Stray review due in 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, but I better get onto
And
that.
I can't wait to hear this review. It's going to be solid. I'm starting a timer. It's 10 minutes of Stray chat.
So I have to just go 10
Monologue.
minutes. Okay, monologue. All right. Oh no. Okay, I got it. No, I'm definitely gonna get into that. All right. Well, also, I just want to say on last week's episode, I'm not smuggling drugs. Can I just put that on the record?
Yeah.
That I'm not smuggling drugs.
It's quite funny, right? Because while I was on my honeymoon at the end of last year, I was listening to you guys mouthing off about me, and Guy made some jokes at my expense that seemed like I was doing something very untoward. And you're just like on a plane, like where were you in LA
Helpless.
somewhere? You're just like, what? And people turn around like, what's wrong with you? Like, oh, there's a pod. Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry.
ECG
yeah.
though, check it out. It's really great.
Yeah. So I just need to say that on the record,
Right.
that I did not smuggle drugs. I was smuggling people. No, I'm just kidding. That was too far. Also, I didn't fall for Mothman. I'm just going to say it straight.
Yes,
I
did.
did not fall for Mothman.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't.
When he has wings, he turns into Mothman. There's a Spider-Man reference, by the way. Go back and watch that. Are you swear you didn't fall for it?
I didn't fall for it.
You were just humouring us.
I was humouring, but I was sort of like, I was half believing you, but I
Okay.
didn't fully fall for it.
Okay, right.
I just need to clear that up. Okay,
Okay.
all
Yeah,
right.
no, that's fair
You're
enough.
not that clever.
Okay.
No, all right. Now give us some
Mothman.
gaming news.
Gaming news. Opening my phone to get the gaming news because it came out of nowhere. All right, here. Nah, it's all good, man. Flying by the seat of my pants is over here, my trousers. Here is your first gaming news headline. Software from Software makes me go nom nom nom.
Oh,
What's
food
that?
software.
FromSoft. You're not going to get this.
No, I haven't got it at all.
This news is from last week, okay? So what happened is we recorded our episode and then before it was uploaded, the biggest news of my life dropped.
Oh, what
and
is
it's
it?
not The Witcher 4 being announced, even though that's in the works, by the way.
Is it?
It actually is.
There's a little bit of extra gaming news there on
Yeah,
the side.
that came out, I think, last year, but it's like years away,
Oh,
5,
okay.
6, 7 years away.
Okay.
Elden Ring. AKA my second favourite game of all time. First favourite Witcher 3, second favourite Elden Ring. They have finally announced that they're going to be... they announced that they were doing DLC. It's called Shadow of the Erd Tree. They finally dropped a trailer last week, and I watched it, and in classic Elden Ring fashion, I didn't know what the hell was going on. So it just sort of opens up. There's a bloke on a horse. You know, he's running. There's different bosses everywhere that look crazy and cool. You're in a new land. There's some hints that you might take on Melania. Is it Melania that you never got to fight in the first Elden Ring, but it was just sort of hinted at.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole time, just like, this looks magnificent. I got no idea what's going on, but I am keen for it. It drops, I believe, June this year, which is very exciting.
Ooh.
And what I've picked up is that it's going to be set in another dimension or another world or something, maybe a dream state. Set before the events of of Elden Ring.
Okay.
And this is a direct quote from an interview with Hidetaka Miyazaki, who created From Software and this whole really hard style of games, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Elden Ring. This will dwarf all of FromSoft's previous DLCs and break new ground for Hidetaka Miyazaki and his team.
Wow.
So that gets me fired up because they are known for making quite large and quite awesome DLCs.
Wow. Okay.
Right? So that's very exciting.
All
The
right.
second quote, and this is from Miyazaki himself. He said, and I quote, "It will probably be bigger than Limgrave, which is the starting area, right?
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Starting area,
Sweet.
pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, good few hours in there." He also said when the first Elden Ring came out
Mm-hmm.
that it will take roughly 30 hours to finish the storyline.
Wait. This new one that's coming out.
No, the original.
Oh, the original. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
It took
okay.
me 160 hours.
Oh.
So this dude massively underhypes all his own shit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so him saying, "Oh, it'll probably be bigger than Limgrave, the starting area." I'm like, It is going to be huge.
So that would be like, what, 500 hours, you're thinking? Potentially.
No. But when he says that it's probably going to be the size slightly bigger than the starting area,
Yeah.
which is probably 20% of the overall game,
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be double that.
Wow.
I reckon because he sells stuff short intentionally to throw people off the trail and to when they finally experience it, go, holy cow, this is so much bigger than I thought.
So it exceeds expectations always.
And so I'm thinking, it looks amazing, the amount of different bosses and like enemy types and stuff. There's new weapons and all sorts of stuff.
Cool.
It looks magnificent. It's dropping in June. I will wait for that to come out, and then whatever I'm playing, I'm going to drop it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be straight into it.
I'm excited for you. That's very exciting.
It is probably the worst game in the world for you to play, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
You
I've
would
heard
hate
it's
it.
very hard.
It's like all of their games are, but this is, but they're linear. So you follow a passage.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where it's somewhat linear, small open worlds and stuff. But this one is just completely open world.
Oh.
And so if you go anywhere you're not supposed to go, boom, ass whipped.
Oh, so you're just killed.
You're dead. You lost all your little coins and stuff, so you can't even level it. You have to go find them again. Otherwise, they're gone forever.
Yeah, no, that sounds stressful for me.
Yeah.
No,
I'll always remember, actually, because I talked about this like last year or the year before, and some bloke messaged me. He's just like, hey man, how do you beat the big guy on the horse? Like I just walked out of the literally the start of the game, got my ass beaten by the guy on the horse, and I've been too scared to go back. And I'm like, no, they put that there intentionally to make you realize you can't just fight everything.
Oh.
As soon as you exit the starting area of the game, massive guy on a horse with a shield and like a giant spear or something, you try fight it, he kicks your ass, you try again, then you realize, oh, okay, I might have to go away and come back.
Oh.
And that's them teaching you.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very, very excited about that. Here is your second headline for gaming news. Quadruple A, more like quadruple nay. Have you heard of AAA games? The term.
Yes, I have.
Or
yeah.
a double A game.
Yeah, but I don't know what it means, actually.
So a AAA game is like think of it as a blockbuster movie. So, you go to the movies and you can either see the new Marvel movie, which is a blockbuster, or you can see that next level of movie, which is usually better quality and more thought-provoking and blah, blah, blah. AAA is that top level.
Okay, with you. Okay.
God of War, Horizon, Forbidden West, Last of Us, these just big ones. Everyone's got them. Everyone wants to play them, right?
Okay.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Ubisoft head, and I can't remember her name, but she's the boss of Ubisoft. She said that there's a new game coming out, Skull and Bones, which is out now, and it's sort of an online multiplayer thing where you all play as pirates and you are all in this pirate world and you can battle against one another and blah, blah. She said it's going to be the world's first ever quadruple A.
Oh.
That is how epic it's going to be.
That's a big call.
It's a huge call. Now, this game, all right, was based off of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which came out in 2013. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed of all time. You play an assassin/pirate who gets to run his own pirate ship, and for the first time, you could control your own ship, fire the broadside cannons at other boats, sink them, steal their plunder, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Go around to all your islands, hop off your ship, you could raid villages, and it was just one of the best games ever.
Nice.
Over a decade ago.
Wow.
That was so successful, they based this game off of that, except for you can't really hop off your ship and do all that cool stuff. It's just the ship fighting.
Oh.
So it's based on an 11-year-old game. They've boiled it down. They've made it worse. She said it was going to be a quadruple A. It took 11 years to develop, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, at one point during development, they just screwed everything up, threw it out, and started from the beginning again. They've had multiple people sacked and start again all over on it. It's come out. It's okay, I believe. I've watched some reviews. They're like, yeah, it's okay. It's not very good. However, she said it was going to be the first ever quadruple A game. It has barely even sold 1 million units worldwide.
Really?
Meanwhile, Helldivers 2, which was massively under advertised and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's just because it's a good game, it's taken off. That has at one point had 460,000 players on just at once.
Wow, yeah.
So Skull and Bones, first ever quadruple A, promised by Ubisoft, is a massive flop.
Wow, so that's like a good... Those two gaming news that you've just brought are a really good lesson in managing expectations, because the first one doesn't really give you any expectations.
Miyazaki, he does, he under-promise, which I love to do.
Yeah, I think it's the best way to do it.
Under-promise, massively over-deliver, go above and beyond, and people will be stoked. And by the way, shout out, if anyone has actually got Skull and Bones, because there was they haven't even reached 1 million players worldwide, which is a lot of people, but like worldwide. Also factor in that they have a free 8-hour trial available on any platform.
Oh.
And they still haven't reached it.
Oh, wow.
It took Helldivers like 5 seconds to reach that.
Wow. Oh, no.
So it's really going bad. But if anyone out there is actually playing Skull and Bones and is enjoying it, please message us at the ECG podcast. What is it? Extremely Casual Gamers podcast on Instagram.
That's the one.
Message
Nice.
us because I would love a proper hands-on review of the game because, reviewers, big, what do they call media companies? They can slam stuff.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
It might actually be pretty fun.
Yeah. Give us a message.
Yeah, send it in.
Yeah, send it in, love.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, come on. Hello, everyone. No, I've done a Chris.
No, that's cool. Keep doing it, man. I love that.
Okay, all right. We're going to do that every time. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's
Hi.
my turn to talk. Who's excited?
Me.
Yay! It's not as fun when there's like only one of us, like two of us, I mean.
Yeah,
Because
it
there's not
sucks.
another like big crowd.
It does suck. And to be honest, if you're still listening to this, you're an
Why?
idiot. Just wait for next week's episode.
Nah, today I wanted to chat about lessons that we've learnt in video games because I've had some very profound experiences with two games in particular that I just walked away kind of feeling like I'd changed as a person.
Just clarifying, just quickly, when you said 2 games in particular,
Yes.
I know this is audio people listen to, but you actually held up 3 fingers there. I'm just checking. That was a subconscious thing?
Did I?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
No, it's just the two.
Okay,
I don't know why I
2.
did
You're
that.
still holding up 3. What are you doing?
I think it's my eczema.
Oh, okay, it's making it stay straight. Okay, that's all
I'm
right.
like, oh no, yeah. So I had 3 games. No, 2. No,
2, okay,
I can't
right.
remember. No, I've had some very profound experiences from 2 games in particular. And the other day when I was on Reddit, I saw someone ask, "What's a life lesson you've learned in a game?" And it kind of made me
yeah.
go, "Ah."
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. And I haven't taken anything from Reddit. Don't worry, I'm not just stealing off Reddit.
You're not
kinda
Guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's start that rumor, by the way.
No, yeah, I took the sort of idea off Reddit and I thought, I want to chat about this because I have been affected by 2 games in particular. When I was in LA last week, I asked my friend Liam if there's any games he has learnt lessons from because I thought, I'll start with the people in the room if they've got any. He said, well, The Sims has taught me that life is short, which I thought was quite funny.
Damn, Liam, how's he? Is he doing all good?
Yeah, he's all right. It's
Okay.
pretty profound.
Yeah.
He's sort of reeling in the fact that he's realised, wow, life is short when the seconds go that quickly.
And it's also way shorter when you realise you can't type in Rosebud to get 1,000 simoleons.
Exactly. So that's just kind of kicked us off. That was a bit of a gag, that one. But my 2 games, I'll start with me, eh?
Yeah.
Shall I start with me?
Yeah.
Okay. My 2 games that have given me huge, intense experiences are 1.
If you say Trackmania.
I mean, it's pretty good too. No, I won't say Trackmania, but I am going to say Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
Yeah,
would
cool.
you?
Yeah, no, all good,
of
all good.
course. Yeah, and then also Life is Strange. I've never really talked about Life is Strange on here before because I played it a few years ago. But Detroit Become Human is I'm going to speak more about it now because I've never really delved into this game, have I?
No,
Not
you haven't.
fully.
So for those just joining us, it's a game that you were playing towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
On PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a very narrative-heavy game where you have to make serious choices to affect the outcome. And there's probably 30-something different endings or something?
Yes, yeah. There's 3 main characters that you're playing, so they've got all 5 endings each. So
Yeah,
there's
cool.
there's heaps of endings. And it's basically it explores the nature of humanity and the ethics of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Which I'd never really thought much of. Obviously, we've been going, the robots are coming, the AI is coming, which it is. But I'd never really fully immersed myself in the thought of what does that actually mean? And this whole game has very intense paralleled themes to civil rights movements. And it's
Yes.
very deep because what happens is, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's basically about where sentience in robots or androids as they call them, at what point does that robot deserve equal rights to a human?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they
it's-
equal?
And that's something that was explored in Fallout 4, which was a bit of a letdown of a game, but I played it through anyway. Because there was a whole lot of people trying to save the synths, they were called. They were called the Railroad because they believed that they were pretty much near enough humans. The technology was so good, and they had so many human characteristics. It's like I know they're robots, but
But
they deserve rights or whatever.
Exactly.
Imagine if you had a toaster, right?
Yeah.
And you were sick of your toaster, and so you're about to unplug it and throw it away and get a new one, and it had a little face on it. It was like, please don't unplug me.
Oh, I couldn't.
No,
man.
exactly. But it's like, I can't do it because you're a sentient being.
Exactly. And this is what I found playing this game. I became attached to these androids very, very quickly. And I didn't realize how deeply I'd actually be affected by this idea. And also the fact that I had equal empathy for them, if not more empathy for the androids than I did
Wow.
humans, because it also explores the humanity of humans, and some humans are lovely, but man, humans can be horrible. And,
Oh, yeah.
and especially to these androids in this fictional game. But it really made me realize how deep that whole idea actually goes, and that living with robots may not be hugely harmonious because of the nature of humans feeling threatened by them.
Well, to be honest, it's not going to happen because humans hate one another throughout all of history if they're slightly different, even though we're all made in exactly the same way and all made of the same stuff.
Exactly.
Imagine someone who's running like a microchip bloody motherboard face.
Exactly.
Like, we're not going to be able to harmoniously get on with them.
Nah.
It's going to be a massive issue.
Totally. Then this is kind of the whole thing of Detroit Become Human for me. I walked away kind of going, whew. I just had never explored that kind of area of my brain before.
Yes.
And I walked away feeling very changed as a person and very pensive.
Wow. So I've got a feeling that when the war comes, you'll be fighting on the side of the robots.
I might be. Yeah. After that, I think I've got more empathy for them,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
crazy.
I'm going to circle this comment and just come back to that in about 20 years when they do rise up.
And then the other one for me is Life is Strange. And this is, again, a decision-based butterfly effect type.
Yes.
I love these games, clearly. These are the ones that gets me going.
Yeah.
And the lessons I learned from Life is Strange is that small decisions can have a very big impact later in life, like without
Yes.
you realizing it. So don't overthink things, but kind of be careful just be smart
Be
with your
mindful.
decisions. Yeah.
Don't overthink of every possible outcome, but be mindful of what could possibly happen.
Exactly. And I already have this kind of value anyway, but the value of treating everyone with love and kindness because you don't know what they're going through, that also just highlighted that lesson for me in
Because you
real life
never
as well.
used to do that until you played that game, mate.
Yeah,
You were
no, I
terrible
hated
for
people.
that.
Yeah, they suck.
I don't care what they were going through. Right.
And then the third lesson I learned from that one was enjoy the present because you never know what's awaiting you in the future. And
Wow.
kind of talking about how you can try your very best to stop an outcome, but there's always all these other factors going on that may contribute to the outcome that you didn't want anyway. So no matter how
Right.
hard you try, you may not always get the way you want, and it could always be a very tragic ending. So those are the things I've learned. Those are the two main games that I've walked away going, oh, I'm a different person. What about you, Chris? Do you have any?
Holy cow. Yes, that was good, deep stuff.
Yeah, deep stuff. Yeah, what have you got? Silly
Actually,
stuff?
No.
or-
I'm not just the guy that comes on and does silly stuff. No, of course not. Witcher 3. I learned that there's never a right or wrong answer. It's never that simple.
Nice.
A lot of grey areas.
Yeah.
So like in The Witcher, it'll be like, here's this guy, he's really bad, and you catch him. Do you want to kill him? He's killed a lot of people. What do? You don't
have the full story, do you?
Yeah, but he killed all those people just because he needed to kill them to feed his starving, dying son?
Yes, it changes it.
I don't know how killing those people would help feed the starving son or the dying son. But then you find out the son was dying because he tried to kill someone and then the person managed to stab him.
So every time you learn something new, you're like, oh, that's not what I
It's
thought
not
at
as
all.
clear cut as you think it's going to be. It's
Nice.
massive grey areas.
Yeah,
and
love
it's
it.
like I remember one decision in one of the main storylines of The Witcher 3 involves basically, do you want these children here to die, these little children, or do you want this entire village to die?
Oh, that's the old train moral dilemma.
It is. It's literally the trolley problem.
That one.
The one where there's
Yeah.
5 people tied up to the tracks on one part, and then there's one person tied up to the tracks on another part. Where are you directing that trolley to go?
Yeah. Do you pull the lever or do you leave it in its path?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for this particular situation, I remember when I first played the game, I always chose to save the little kids, but then I realized that outcome saves those little kids, but the overall outcome is that there's more little kids are going to be sent there, orphans, and it's going to keep happening. Whereas the village, I went to the village because I was like, I never really looked at the village. I went to the village, there was like twice as many kids running around and like all these people.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And it stopped everything from happening.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, I want to do that one.
Nice.
But yeah,
Nice.
so that's one thing I learned from The Witcher 3.
Lovely.
I also learned that you can get a lot of value out of a $100 game. Hundreds of hours. One thing I learned, I genuinely just learned. It wasn't a life lesson. It was just a lesson, a history lesson.
Yeah.
Age of Empires 2,
Yep.
Age of the Kings. I learned about William Wallace inspiring the Scottish to rally against the English
Oh.
back in the day, right?
Right.
Medieval times. I learned about Jeanne of Arc, the peasant girl who rallied the entire nation of France to rebel against the English. I wish Guy was here. He's English.
Yeah, we've got a little English roasting going on here, don't we?
Yeah, I'll be able to
Damn.
rub this in his stupid English face. I learnt about the Spanish invading Mesoamerica, taking out like the Aztecs because they heard about there was a city of gold and they got there, killed everyone, gave them all flu and stuff, and then left.
Wow. So you've had a lot of,
You learn
legit
all
history.
these things. Yeah, and like, because there's campaigns in Age of Empires too where you act out all these big chapters of important historical figures throughout history.
That's so cool.
And they're absolutely brilliant. This is a cute one. I learnt from playing Pokemon Yellow with my friend in primary school.
Mm-hmm.
He had it on a Game Boy. I couldn't afford a Game Boy, but I had the Pokemon Yellow strategy guide.
Oh, cool. So he needed you.
Yeah,
He needed you.
Yeah, so my dad went to America 3 times a year, and every time he went, he'd bring me back a gift.
Oh.
And I was like, Dad, I really want Pokemon Yellow. It's like just come out. There was an ad about it on TV with Pikachu surfing and stuff. I wouldn't need that. He's like, I'll get you Pokemon Yellow. Comes back, he's like, here's your Pokemon Yellow, son. Gives me the Pokemon Yellow book. Which was a strategy guide of where you could catch all the Pokemon, where all the routes, how to beat the gym leaders and stuff. And so I was reading even more in depth about this game I didn't have.
Oh, bless. Oh.
I met this guy, Corey, who was one of the first friends I ever made in primary school. He had a Game Boy with Pokemon Yellow on it.
Mm-hmm.
He was struggling big time to get through Rock Tunnel. You know that? You're familiar with that?
The classic rock tunnel.
Yeah, the classic dilemma. What he hadn't done, Ellie, was go back through Diglett Cave near Vermilion City and get Flash from Professor Oak's aid.
What an idiot. Why
And so
wouldn't
he's
he have
like,
done that?
I remember I was in the bushwalk with him and I had my little yellow strategy guide and he had his Game Boy and he's like, I just can't see. How am I supposed to do anything? The screen's just black. And I like looked back and I was like, no, what you got to do is go here. So we went back, went to Professor Oak's aid. He was like, you haven't caught 20 kinds of Pokemon. I can't give it to you, man. Caught a few Pokemon, got the Flash, went through the tunnel, got out the other end, and he was like, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Nice.
And then he actually let me borrow it after he'd clocked it.
Oh, beautiful.
So that I learned how to work together.
Nice.
Nice
That's
teamwork.
a wholesome one.
And the final thing I learned, not as deep as your thing, but one thing I've actually learned, and I'm going to delve into this more probably once the DLC comes out, is since I have played Elden Ring and Demon Souls, and I haven't played any of the Dark Souls or Bloodborne, I really want to. I just want them to be remastered or something. I massively prefer hard mode.
Oh, really?
I have learned that boss battles in video games are way too easy.
Oh, okay.
So in a From Software game like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, or Elden Ring, you go into a boss arena, the boss pops up, massive thing appears, his health bar is at the top.
Yeah.
You run over, you hit him once, it drops like 1%. Meanwhile, he has got massive sweeping shots that can pretty much kill you after 3 hits.
Yeah.
And so you are on edge the whole time. You got to learn the way they move. You got to learn what moves are coming next.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm playing Spider-Man 2 at the moment, and it's fantastic, like cinematically, but the bosses are super easy to take down.
Oh, really?
I don't even die. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Whereas
so there's no jeopardy or like there's no stakes. Like you
There's-
just kind of feel like
there's narrative stakes, like you got to stop him. He's going to blow up the universe or whatever. That's not the storyline, by the way. I just didn't want to spoil it. Guy, take notes on that, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though I've been the one spoiling things lately. But there's no genuine like far out. How am I going to beat this guy? It's so intimidating.
oh, so it's not as rewarding at the end because you're kind of like,
Absolutely
oh, that was
not.
easy.
And that's where From Software that's why they're so big now, is because they discovered this whole new level of like hurt, beat them, reward. Like the dopamine hit is like, I don't know, Ellie, it's incredible.
I can appreciate it.
Yeah, you think you're
yeah.
invincible, especially like there's one boss, Michaela Blade of the Millennia or whatever it's called in Elden Ring, who I spoke about last week. Pugs at work couldn't beat it. It took him he was demoralized at work. He's like, honestly, I tried so many times, but I can't beat it.
Wow.
I've had to stop playing it.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have not get far at all then. If
Yes.
that was me. Yeah.
And then I was like, mate, and I remember even saying this. I was like, man, you've got to like make sure you're in a good mood, come home from work, have dinner, you're not tired or anything. And just, if you haven't done it within the first sort of 5 or 6 tries, don't keep going because you get worse.
Oh.
And and then he eventually did it. And he's like, oh my God, I bet it was amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I've learned, is that hard mode is definitely the best mode. And if you haven't played any of those games, you should definitely play them.
Okay, nice, great lessons. Well, I also asked you, the listener, on our Instagram, what lessons you've learned, and we got a few responses here. Kiwi Kratos is the username.
Hey, Kiwi Kratos! I didn't know there was a Kiwi God of War.
Neither did I. They learned, "Don't be sorry, be better." God of War.
Oh, that's a God of War quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, his son shoots an arrow and he's like, no, don't shoot. And then he shoots it anyway, impatiently.
Nice.
And
Okay.
he goes, oh, sorry, it got away. He's like, don't be sorry, be better.
Very profound. All right.
Boy.
Thank you, Kiwi Kratos, for that one. Caroline said representation matters. This is what she learned. Kerrigan, which is a StarCraft character, was the first badass female hero / villain in my life, and
Hell
is
yeah,
still
baby.
my fave. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I thought that's quite cool because obviously back then back in the old days, and I'm saying even just 10 years ago, not a lot of female protagonists or
No, and people go, oh, what about Lara Croft? It's like, yeah, but she's like a smoking hot chick with a tank top and it's
exactly. It's not relatable to any of us.
They're
at
like
all.
what? Angelina Jolie's playing her. That's not relatable.
Exactly right.
Which is why I like Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. You play as Aloy, who's just this badass, and she's just much more relatable and stuff.
Just down to earth, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, representation does very much matter, Caroline. You're right.
Also, another thing I'd like to mention, Spider-Man 2, playing it at the moment, Miles Morales, who's the other little Spider-Man, he turns into Mothman, by the way.
Oh, does he?
His sort of girlfriend in the game is this woman who has, she can't hear, she's like deaf.
Oh.
And so she signs all the stuff she's saying. And in one mission, you play as her.
Oh, that's cool as. Do you learn sign language or something? Or
no, it's not. I don't. Yeah, I can sign now. No, you don't ever really. Cool. No, of course not. But you put because I play with 3D surround sound headphones on, and it has just like this white noise, and I can sort of hear what everyone's saying, and I had to figure out where to go and what to do.
Oh, that's cool.
It was excellent, and
that's
I was like,
awesome.
that was super immersive.
Yeah, that's cool and very inclusive, and gives you some empathy for people who are deaf.
Absolutely,
that's lovely.
It was great. So yeah, shout out. That's awesome.
Yeah, representation matters for sure. Meg, Guy's wife, she said what she's learnt in gaming in general is communication and patience, which I think is a good one.
Absolutely, because they've actually finished It Takes Two, Ellie.
Shut up.
That would have been done through patience, through communicating on the couch. I know you like to go in your little weird zone and not talk to anyone. You sound fun to play with, by the way.
I'm such a hoot, bro. Thanks for that, Meg. Evie Mara said, it's not a life lesson, but the amount of historical trivia I've learned from Assassin's Creed is ridiculous.
Yeah, see, that's, they are kind of fast and loose a wee bit with the history.
Yeah.
But there are all these historical characters like Leonardo da Vinci, and he designs all these weapons for you in Assassin's Creed 2. And so they weave all these cool historical figures in, and then they weave their own narrative into what actually happened.
Cool.
So it is and to be honest, the accurate reconstructions of places like Egypt and Greece and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that's amazing. Because you can go and climb the Great Pyramids, and like it's very accurate.
Fun.
It's great.
Well, there you go. Yeah, learning lots of history. That was Evie Mara. Then we've got Horny J said they've learned perseverance and adaptability.
Sorry, Horny J?
Yeah, it does literally say Horny J.
Okay.
So, don't know.
What was it? Perseverance for Horny J?
Yeah, and adaptability.
Yeah, nice, mate.
Yeah, nice. It might just be their last name. So I hope you're not like mocking them too hard or.
Well, I work on the radio with a guy called Hoity J.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking
and I'm worried that this person's.
It's just set up an account.
It's his evil twin or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Rach messaged in and said that the Walking Dead game has been used in Norway to teach ethics and empathy.
Oh, see, I was going to suggest the Walking Dead games to you, Telltale Games, because they're decision-based, heavy narrative games as well.
That sounds like me.
However, I think you'd be terrified the whole time.
Oh, is there lots of shooting and like running? And
It's zombies. I haven't played them, but I know that that's what they are. So
yeah, dang, it might be a bit too intense for me.
Watch a review.
I like the what's that?
Watch a review of it maybe on YouTube. Because that is honestly right up your alley in terms of your favourite type of games.
Yeah, ethics and empathy is literally my two like things.
You love ethics.
I love ethics, man.
I'm so empathetic.
Woo! Okay, two more. Son of the Blues said they've learned that nice people can be real assholes, and sometimes assholes can be equally nice. So don't judge a book by its cover, I suppose.
Do they say what game that's from? Because I'm starting to think that she learned that lesson from like a bad relationship or something.
Maybe. And then last of all, Hadam said that Tetris taught me how to pack. Loaded an entire house. And they said, I loaded an entire house into a one U-Haul that they said would need at least two.
Okay, that's a yarn. There's like, there's no way your stuff is all either like a perfect straight line or a little cube, and he slowly moves them into the boot as well, like bloop.
Maybe.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, there's no dead air.
That's funny though.
Yeah, there you go. So thank you for contributing to our poddy today. If you want to send us ideas in further, we can talk about it next week. Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast on Instagram. And I think we can just conclude that all the people that give shit to video games and say that they're violent and they're causing, all that, why are they not looking at what it does do, which is learning, helping with coordination, reaction times, ethics and empathy. Like, there's so many good things about games. So I just wanted to come in here and be like, you know what? I've learned a lot from gaming, more so than reading a book sometimes, because you're you've got your own, you're actually contributing to the environment. You're not just passively reading. You know what I mean?
No, you're actually in control. You've got stakes involved, whereas the book is just words thrown at you.
Exactly.
Actually, books suck.
Yes.
Get all your books and burn them. Handhelds, are they embarrassing? Stay tuned to find out more. So, Ellie, this comes about because on Saturday,
Yes.
and this might give you a little sneaky insight into whether or not I finished my Game Boy project or not, I was flying to Wellington.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I was playing a handheld device in the, and sorry about it, I don't want to be the scucks guy that's just bragging over here, but in the Kuri Lounge.
Oh, really? Did you have a pass, did you? Or
No,
your whole
I've
membership?
got a membership because we
Do you
funnel
have it through work?
we funnel all our finances through our Visa AirPoints card.
Oh.
And so literally we get enough to renew my membership every year. And it's on the highest possible AirPoints earning thing.
I need to get this
Do
card.
that. Seriously, it is life-changing.
Oh my goodness. We get sponsored by whichever bank's doing this? What bank is it?
There's a few banks, but I think mine's ANZ.
Okay, all right. Good
And
to
also
know.
it gives you a $200 discount to your joining fee and you get extra points every time you travel. So I'm just like cranking in the points.
I need this. Okay, yeah, nice. So you were traveling and you
Yes.
were in the Kori Lounge.
Yes. So
Ooh la la.
I had to go down to Wellington for work for like 4 hours, then fly back.
Oh, yeah.
Purposely get to the airport hour and a half earlier than I need to get there just to go to the Kuri Lounge, right?
Nice.
I was deathly hungover, had brekkie, massive few English muffins toasted with some like delicious scrambled eggs and some mushrooms and Kransky sausages and like there's like a chickpea thing, ate all that. Had a
yum.
coffee, felt real good. Then I got my little handheld device out and was sitting in the Kuri Lounge, loving life. Had a little orange juice as well, and I was like, "This is excellent." But is it
lovely.
embarrassing?
A grown man.
I'm looking
Do you know what I
around. I'm a grown ass man. Looking around. All the other grown ass men, admittedly a lot older than I am, are all on like laptops.
Yeah,
on
they'll
their
be like
phones.
business, like
Yeah, they're lame.
schmoozy, like
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was looking around like I'm like the only one in here jamming essentially something that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I didn't care about it because I was like, this is little and it's sleek
Yeah.
and it's just like, handheld gaming. Who even cares?
No, exactly. Amen.
So what I was keen to find out is how embarrassing is it really?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Handheld gaming in a public space.
Okay.
Just initial instinct. Do you ever look at someone gaming in public, like on a bus or whatever, and think, oh, that's a bit weird?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I usually look at them and think, damn, I wish I was playing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll list off a whole lot of situations
Yep.
that'll gradually get worse
Oh, okay.
or more involved in terms of the gaming.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you rate it on a level of how embarrassed you'd be to be not only, so this is me and you, and in this situation, you are my wife.
Okay. Yeah.
And you are sitting next to me. Everyone knows that we're together.
Okay. Oh,
And it's how embarrassed you are.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Got it. All right.
So what scale do you want to use? Because I was thinking you could do mild plus, medium,
Medium plus. Spicy.
hot, spicy. And then you can, to be honest, you can just add in whatever you want.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do
All right,
that.
Let's go.
Okay, we're at the airport waiting for a flight. We're in the Kuri Lounge.
Lovely.
Picture what that's like, Ellie. I'm sure you've never been in there.
No.
Burn! I flaunt my wealth.
I literally have only been taken in by other people.
I know. And this happened to me last year. I was so excited. I got in there. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then so I instantly did all this research into how I could get it. And then it turned out to be quite achievable.
Yeah, nice work. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Yeah,
You're
you should
really
do it.
moving
You
up
should
in
do
the
it.
world. Yeah. Okay, so in the Kori Lounge. Yeah, Kori Lounge, sorry. Yeah.
We're in the Kuri Lounge. It's 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We've had some cheese and crackers. It's delicious. I've got a beer. You've got a wine. And we're sitting next to each other. We decided to play a game of I Spy.
Oh, yeah. That's
Just like-
pretty subtle.
We've got an hour. Yeah, I Spy. We're just looking around. It's just us, few people around.
How loud are we talking, though?
No, just between us like this. Like,
So
I Spy.
No one can hear that we're actually playing this.
Something beginning with T. Okay?
Yeah.
So how spicy is that?
Oh, that's pretty mild. No, that's all right.
It's
People
almost-
will just think we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing, but we're talking quite loud. I spy
Ooh.
with my little eye something beginning with T. How spicy is that?
It's still reasonably mild. Like, I'd sort of be like, yeah,
Silly.
that's right. We're playing I Spy.
What about it? We're
Yeah,
having fun. You're not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I'm playing Wordle on my phone next to you there.
Cool. I mean, that just looks like you're texting, anything. That's
But
fine.
people can see that I'm wordling. I'm sitting in a way where people can see over my shoulder.
Oh, you're trying to flaunt how many goes you got in a day?
No, because I suck
okay.
at it.
Okay.
But also, it's just more about people can see what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Are you embarrassed that I'm playing Wordle next to you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, that's pretty mild.
So
yeah.
it's barely even mild.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing Candy Crush on my phone.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's also mild. Yeah.
Okay, I'm playing Candy Crush on my phone, but the sound's on.
Oh.
Medium sound, not too loud, but like bling, bling.
Oh, you see, this is where I'd start getting very uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
not embarrassed, very uncomfortable.
Would you be like, hey, do you have to have the audio on?
Yeah, because it'd be like, are you considering others around here, Chris, that
Yes.
are also... So for me, I'd be getting a bit frustrated, actually. I'd
Yeah.
be getting a bit angry.
Shit, that got spicy quick.
I did.
I'm still on my phone. Right, okay, so what do you want to lock in there, like medium hot?
I'm going to go that's like medium hot because I'm embarrassed because I feel like we're having an impact on other people's
It's
lives.
inconsiderate.
Yeah, that's how I'd feel off that one.
Okay, great. This is good.
Oh, no.
No, this is all good.
Okay.
Now, this one here is purely hypothetical. Playing Pokemon on an old school Game Boy. Sitting next to you, sounds down.
Sounds
Just
down?
jamming it.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'd be like, look at this cool guy.
It's
He's-
almost retro. I like to
Yeah.
think it's almost retro and kind of cool now,
I agree. I would think that's pretty cool.
is what I tell myself. Okay, so that's...
No, I actually I think it's all good. I think it's
Yeah.
quite quirky and
Yeah.
quite different of you.
This
you know?
guy's so interesting.
Yeah,
He's
you
a
know.
giant kid. Okay, so what do you want to lock in for that?
I'm going to go that's pretty mild.
Okay,
actually.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I'm sitting next to you playing Zelda on my Nintendo Switch.
No, that's all right still. That's still fine.
About the same?
Yeah, yeah.
Nintendo Switch a bit bigger though.
It is a bit bigger, but at least it's a bit more modern.
Okay.
So you're with the times at
So
least.
you're not quirky, but you're
just a gamer.
Yeah, okay, you're just a gamer. So same as
Yeah, I'd say mild still.
see, I feel like okay.
You want,
I feel
me
like,
to, you want me to increase it, don't you?
I feel like compared to the cool Game Boy one, that's like mild plus almost. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
you know, sorry, you're right. Yeah, it's a bit more like, yeah.
Don't let me. Okay, we'll lock that in though. How about this? We're playing Mario Kart on Nintendo Switch, but the screen is sitting on the table with its little stand up, and we each have a little Joy-Con controller.
Oh, okay.
So we're having fun.
Yeah, I think that's still fine, I think. As long as we're, again, not interfering with anyone else's
The audio's not up.
experience. Yeah, okay, yeah.
We're just racing each other, sitting next to each other in the corner.
That's pretty mild, I reckon.
I reckon it's also quite fun.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like, I would love to do that.
Yeah, no one else has got a cool game they're playing. So,
Yeah.
no, I love that.
Okay. I'm playing the new PlayStation Portal that Guy brought in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're sitting next to me,
Yeah.
but I've got my 3D headphones on and I'm playing that big thing.
Oh, yeah. We're getting a bit more intense now.
Right, so it's not bothering anyone, but I've got the big old thing there and my big old
I
headphones
think
on.
it's the headphones that's doing it for me.
Yeah, okay.
No, but it's all right because I might be listening to a podcast next to you with my headphones. So
Right.
I'm going to go that's like medium.
Medium.
Yeah, medium. It's sort of like, oh, yeah, he's getting his game
He's
again.
a gamer.
Oh, there he is.
He's
yeah.
got all the kit.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this guy. And
Yeah.
he probably paid for it too, unlike Guy. Freeloader. And I forgot to add in, I'm also playing Gran Turismo and leaning as I turn the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah,
that-
that's getting pretty spicy
Okay.
now.
Good to know. Okay, what about this? I've got my laptop.
Yeah.
Work laptop. Looks like I'm working.
Okay.
I've got Age of Empires 2 in it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Age of Empires 2, which means I have to have a little Bluetooth mouse.
Oh.
But I've got my headphones on, not big 3D ones, just regular headphones, maybe even iPod headphones,
Oh, yeah.
iPhone ones.
Yep.
And I'm plugged into the wall adapter thing there as well.
No, that's pretty mild still now. It just looks like you're working, I think, with
But-
that situation.
But I'm sitting in the middle of the public area at the sort of bar liner area, and people can see over my shoulder that I'm quite clearly playing Age of Empires.
Right, so you're right in the middle of the Koru Lounge.
Yeah.
Really showing that off. Yeah, look, I mean, I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to think that, you do you. But I'd say it's a mild to medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm playing Counter-Strike 2, which is online multiplayer,
Okay.
on my desktop PC.
Oh, no.
Which I brought in a special bag and set up on a table at the airport. And I'm wearing a headset with a little mouthpiece and I'm talking to my friends.
That is exceeding the carry-on limit, I must say. Okay, no, this is getting a bit much now. This is
Okay.
taking up other people's space. It's also just a bit excessive. And what are you going to do with it afterwards? Like, I don't know.
Well, I'll pack it all away and it's a cool little custom bag with like little neon lights and stuff on it.
Okay, we're getting pretty spicy now.
Okay.
If I was associated with you and I was attached to you and I couldn't leave you, and it was
Okay.
very much like, oh, that's her husband.
Yeah, they're sitting together
Yeah.
quite clearly.
Yeah, I'd be like, ooh,
Okay.
yeah, a bit inconsiderate in a
Good to
way,
know.
bit of space being taken up.
It's good to know where the line is. This is good.
Yeah.
This is also good for anyone out there who listens who might want to do one of these things.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's the next one. I'm playing The Witcher 3.
Oh no, I'm already bored.
I'm playing The Witcher 3 on my PlayStation 5, which I wheeled in a specially designed bag that has wheels. I then plugged it into a TV in the Koru Lounge, and I'm playing it using the TV speakers out loud, and things are getting pretty hot and heavy. I'm playing like a love-making scene with someone.
Right, so you haven't brought your own TV. You've now taken over
There
one
was
of the
like
Koru Lounges.
a replay of a rugby game was on,
Right, okay.
and some people were watching it now. I've plugged in my PlayStation, which involves me like going over, getting it out, plugging it into the wall, pulling the TV out a bit,
Yep.
putting the HDMI in,
I
and
know,
then
yep.
Hey, has anyone got the volume for that? How do you turn it up? And then get them to crank it up to like a wee bit, just so I can hear it. And then I'm standing in front of it.
That's getting quite sort of spicy there, I think,
Right.
And also again just really encroaching on other people's space. I feel at this point, it's quite inconsiderate.
Right.
I'd be pretty embarrassed getting up to this
How spicy
point.
though?
I wouldn't say it's spicy, but it's like it's
above
spicy.
hot.
Yep.
So it's like there's hot, which is quite good, but burns, and then there's like
it's getting a bit spicy.
pretty damn hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Last one.
Oh no. Yeah.
I arrive at the airport dressed as Mario and insist you dress as Luigi. We then run around the Kuru Lounge, jumping on couches, trying to find gold coins.
Now, you know what? I could do with some money. That sounds quite fun.
Right, so you just have some cash. So is that less spicy or more than me playing PlayStation 5 on the TV?
If anything, I feel like the Mario thing might just get a few laughs. You know, people might be quite curious as to what we're doing, so I think it'd be quite cool.
Yeah, further at the start.
Yeah, no.
Until it's like, it's me, Mario.
Okay,
then we jump it from the couches.
We are off. Off
the Richter scale?
Yeah, we're off the Richter scale now. That's just,
All right, cool.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's
Tell
good
Luce
to know.
that.
That's good to know, yeah, because I tried that and she wasn't into it, so.
Last week, you and Guy, you introduced the idea of having our very own Extremely Casual Gamers podcast Facebook group, which is a private group where we can all interact, we can hang out, we can send memes, basically it's just to make a community of our listeners so that people can actually interact with each other, not just with us.
Yeah, full shout out to Guy. It was his idea. I think it is a good idea because the listeners, I mean, we're just gamers that wanted to do a podcast, right? And we've been doing it for quite a while now. So sometimes ideas that can generate great chat and they can be hard to come by.
Yeah.
So if we've got people that are fizzed up and keen, we'll give you shout outs, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And also you might,
great.
I agree, you might meet people, like-minded people who like the same games as you.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. We could make a whole little network here of like casual gamers, which I think would be really cool.
It'd be so good for when I'm finally got my Pokemon Game Boy up and running and people want to challenge me.
Exactly.
Oh.
You can do call outs. You can create little Facebook events even if you wanted to.
Oh, wow.
Really
Can we
make
do
it
them at your
official.
place?
No, thanks. But we asked you last week to send us messages on our Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, to suggest what the group should be called. And we said that the winning name would win a $100 gaming voucher to the platform of their choice. So it could be Nintendo.
That's right.
Xbox,
whatever,
PlayStation.
Steam on PC, and full disclosure, we're just going to give you $100 cash.
Yeah, is that what
I'm
it
pretty
is?
sure that's what's going to happen. I'm just like, hey, yo, what's your bank account?
Yeah,
What's
here
that?
you
You're in Michigan, no problem, man. We'll wire you the money.
Yeah, so it's something to the effect of $100 will be gifted to the person
That's
who has
right.
the best name. Yeah. So what we're going to do this week is I want to read out some of the people that have given us names.
suggestions? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then we're going to give the top three. We've picked one each, right? Me, you, and Guy picked one each. Those three are going to go to basically the grand final.
The
and it's going to
Instagram.
be a poll this week. But before we get into the details of that, yes, you go. Yeah.
Question, can you do a post poll
Yes, you can.
rather than a story poll?
Yes, you can. So I think we'll do that.
We'll chuck it up on Thursday, then it's up all week.
Exactly.
Plenty of time for people to get their eyes across it.
Exactly. Okay, so I just wanted to shout out, first of all, Jason, he has suggested extremely casual Keezy posting. That was a very Chris related one.
Let's just do that.
Which I thought,
That's great.
Nah, it's not top
Extremely
three.
casual.
I love it.
Shit posting, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, extremely casual Keezy posting.
So
Shit
what he's done
posting.
there is replaced my name, my nickname, out with the word shit.
Exactly,
which is
because
very clever.
you are synonymous with shit.
Apparently so.
There you go. Thank
My
you for your
mum
idea.
is so proud.
Mitchell has suggested extreme gaming casuals, which is quite cool. Bit of a play on the old potty name.
I'm confused.
You're confused?
Extreme gaming casuals.
Yeah,
it still makes sense.
Yeah, it does actually make sense still.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so it is actually clever.
It is clever, yeah.
right.
Nice. So it's kind of like other way around. Then we've got Dial Up Greg. He's given us two. Casual Gamer World or World of Casual Gamers. So
Right.
just a game playing on the casual gamer thing.
I like it.
Hannah said, this was a good one. I like this one. Extremely casual memes for Bebo loving teens. It even rhymes.
I like that because there is currently a page that exists that's massive called Extremely, what is it? Extremely something, casual memes for Bebo loving teens.
Oh, yeah, that's what Hannah said.
Oh, that's her one. I just quoted that back.
Yeah.
Cool.
But is there one that's similar to that?
I
Is
thought
that
I'd
where
heard
she-
that somewhere. There is one that sounds very similar and she's adapted it to us,
Oh, okay.
which is excellent.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so that was Hannah's. Daniel wanted us to be called ECG's OnlyFans, which I actually found that quite funny because they would be our only fans if they were
Yeah,
part of the group.
absolutely,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I'll post some nudes on there.
Yeah, nice. Okay. That'll get
You don't have to say yeah, nice. It clearly made you go, oh my God, don't do that.
Yeah, why did I do that?
Yeah, nice. Do it.
But the top three, basically, that are going to go to the grand final, the grand poll, to decide what the group's going to be called is, first of all, Paul Craze Jr. You're in the draw for your name, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers.
I like that because my worry is my brain, and I'm, old or whatever, I think it has to be called the Extremely Casual Gamers Group.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people know what it is.
Yeah.
If they see it, that's got all of our names in it. Well,
Yes.
the three words that we associate with our podcast.
Totally. So that was my pick for sort of my top one. I thought that was quite, it says what it is, but it's
Yes.
also playing on the words.
You're a social
Yeah.
media guru. You do all the stuff for Viva. Am I right in thinking that, or am I being old fashioned?
It depends. Like, yes, you want people to know exactly what it is, but the people who are joining it are all already going to know who we are, and
Right.
therefore having something like Extremely Casual Memes for People Living Teens is kind of funny because it's an inside joke.
So that's what it's about. It's about we're catering to the direct fans.
Yeah, to
we're
the
not trying to.
real-
Oh, okay, cool.
You're kind of only going to find the group if you know about the group. But I think we're not necessarily. I'm not going to sit here and say that this name will be forever either.
No.
We could always change it down
Yes.
the line,
Cool, all right.
and just make it funny. But for now, I feel like a good potential setup could be Extremely Casual Group for
Yep.
Extremely Casual Gamers. The second one in the drawer for the old
$100.
$100
Voucher,
and
sorry, the $100 voucher.
Sorry, the voucher that we're buying is Andrew. And this was your pick, Chris. The old drop him with the boys bus. See, that's an inside joke, and if you don't get it, you don't get it.
Dropping with the boys bus. I think that is an inside joke from a few episodes back. Ellie thought that was the name of the bus in Fortnite.
Nice.
Which, to be fair, it should be called that.
I mean, it's factual. It is what it is.
Very funny. Everyone loves dropping in with the boys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I absolutely love that one.
Yeah, so thank you, Andrew. So you're on the draw as well. And then the third one in the draw, this is Guy's Choice, is from Jimmy, the Order of ECG. So I think, is this a play on Harry Potter, the Order of the Phoenix? And it's like the Order of ECG. Like they're like our crew that like help,
Right.
like solve things. Is that kind of what it's playing on?
Maybe.
That's what I got.
There's a few orders. Yeah, for me, my brain, it has to rhyme.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So maybe that is what he's going for, in which case I salute you because I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But also, Guy's not here right now, so should we just get rid of that one?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll
let's
just do
get rid of
our
him.
two. Yeah, so
Although,
John,
but then he won't win anything. So
yeah, no, okay, we
true.
can't do that to Jimmy.
Okay.
So, okay, Jimmy, you are in the draw.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. So the three finalists are Jimmy with the Order of ECG, Andrew, dropping with the boys bus, and Paul Craze Jr., Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers. So
That's right.
We're going to chuck a poll up on our Instagram. It'll be there right now. Go and vote for your fave.
It'll be a post, not a story.
That's right. And go and vote for your fave, and then the winner will become the group name, but also the person who came up with the name will win the $100 vouchers.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you vote, you go in the draw to win a signed copy of. What have we got in the room here?
Oh,
There's a bowl. There's a bowl on the shelf over there. We'll sign that and you'll win that. It's a good bowl.
it's definitely not our bowl to give away.
No,
but,
it's not. Mike will
nah.
be furious. We'll put some nuts in it. Actually, we'll just give you a bag of nuts. There you go.
There you go. But hey, thanks for all of your entries. Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast on Instagram if you want to go vote. And we will announce the winner in next week's podcast.
Lovely. So good.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, really.
That one really goes, eh?
Oh, I've got no time now for the bonus segment. Thanks a lot. Bonus segment. We were talking about this earlier. Remember?
Oh, yes.
This guy's away. He's sick.
Yeah.
And then he uploaded a lovely photo of him at the park with Daisy, right?
Yeah.
Did your gut go, oh, you don't look sick? A wee bit.
No,
I know, you're like, he'll be laughing listening to
No,
this.
okay, so I kind of went, my brain went, oh. Did ya?
But also, you need to get out. You're allowed to go to the
yeah.
park. Of course you are.
Totally. Immediately, I was like, no, it's fine. He's walking, getting fresh air. But
Yeah, of
initially, I
course.
was like,
Oh, you should be at home
just out in the
strapped
park
to
there.
a gurney, you know what I mean, with an IV drip in your arm.
I thought you were really sick, bro.
Yeah.
You're not too sick for me.
And so we're talking about like quite an interesting discussion point is the stuff you're allowed to do when you've called in sick from work. Like, are you
Yes.
like, and so my wife never calls in sick unless she's actually sick and it could spread to someone. Like if she's got a headache, she'll go to work, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so if she's sick, she cannot leave the house.
That's her, like, thing. She
If
just,
someone's driving around the block and sees her going for a walk, they'll be like, "You're not sick, get to work."
oh, so she's kind of anxious about
Yes.
being seen. Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
I am like, I'm sick, but I can justify being anywhere.
Wow.
You know,
okay.
not like, I'm
maybe not anywhere.
No, I'm not at Rainbow's End or Disneyland if you're listening in America. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing that. But I'll be like, if you saw me at KFC or something, I'll be like, yeah, I'm hungry, man. I want some KFC. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, okay. I think fast food's fair. Although, are you feeding your body the things it needs? Probably not. But hey,
Who cares?
when you're feeling shit, you just want to eat shit.
I chase it with 100 Lem sips. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, nice. Okay, walking in the park. Yeah, I suppose you can go walk in the park.
Yeah.
Although, if you're that sick guy, wouldn't you be really exhausted and not be able to walk?
Guy.
Is that really what we're having?
Someone's made up having COVID.
Yeah, he really just didn't want to hang out with us today.
Well,
That
to be
sucks.
fair, yeah, he just doesn't want to do his one episode a week. That's fair enough.
And that's his only job. Would you even call it a job? Not really.
Ellie, for it to be a job, you have to get paid, all right?
I know.
It is not a job.
It's not.
This is still a hobby.
It's a passion project.
What about this? How spicy is this?
Okay.
We see a photo of Guy, and he's gone to Coromandel for the week.
Oh, like the week, like he's there now.
Yeah, like it's a photo of him and Ha Hey or something being like, oh, beautiful Coromandel.
It's hard.
But then it's like, look, we're feeling like shit. We just
You
want to get
go
away.
Yeah.
And we'd like, if we're going to be sick, we may as well do it at the beach.
Yeah, I can justify that,
You
to be
reckon?
honest. Yeah.
Okay, good
I
stuff.
can. But I would still look at the photo and go, you are.
That's just a side bit, Guy. We know you're sick.
Well, that wraps up another episode of the ECG podcast with Chris and Ellie and No Guy, because we've just fired him because he's at the park saying he's sick.
Yeah, Guy.
Yeah, Guy.
By the way, like side note, Ellie was furious when she saw that photo and she's been playing it down massively.
You brought it up. No, thank you for listening this week. Chris, what are you going to play?
So I'm playing Spider-Man 2 at the moment. A month ago, longer. Actually, I think it was last year. I said I'm going to play all the 3 Spider-Mans. Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2.
Nice.
They're incredibly enjoyable, cinematic. The storyline is excellent. I am sick of being Spider-Man, and I am just over halfway into Spider-Man 2.
Oh, so you're over it.
So I've got another few weeks of this.
Is it too simple for you?
So I have not mastered, but like basically, and to be fair, they've cranked up the difficulty. There's all sorts of new like baddies and stuff, but like I'm sick of flying into a group of 40 people and smoking them all.
Oh, okay, big guy.
Tough guy. Oh, Big Keezy over here thinks he's the man. No, that's not what's happening at all. But it's a situation like, as I was saying with Elden Ring or Demon Souls, you walk in and there's one guy, it's like, all right, here we go. You walk in and there's 2 guys, you go, okay, got to lure that one guy away from the other guy. I can't take them both on.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you are the most overpowered dude in the world and you can smoke everyone.
Yeah.
So that's taking it. I'm a bit sick of that.
Yeah, okay.
However, as soon as I start feeling that way, I stop doing all the little side collectible and side mission stuff and just go to a main story mission. They are absolutely brilliant.
Oh, okay.
Like they are, so you put the headphones on, the big TV, and like this, the action is excellent, the storytelling is excellent, the acting is brilliant, graphically it's very impressive.
Nice.
And it keeps you like excited, going, man, I have to play another mission. So I will continue with it. And my recommendation, if you're going to do the same thing as me, is you might get sick of swinging and being Spider-Man, which is a weird thing to think because it's so awesome. But every time you feel like that, play another story mission.
Okay.
Because it just hooks you in.
Nice. That's good advice.
And I'm also currently playing through Pokemon Red.
Oh, on your undisclosed device.
On my undisclosed device. Just building up a Pokemon team there, just in case someone wants to challenge me to one of the original
I see.
Pokemon games, a battle.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So what are you playing
Cool.
this week, Ali? Stray,
Well,
lots of it.
look,
And
now-
taking notes.
Yep.
And doing a 10-minute monologue.
Yep. Now there's 2 weeks till the 10-minute monologue.
You're halfway through your time. I love this. We gave you a job and you're like,
know.
screw it, I'm going to LA. I'm out of here. I can't handle it.
That's how much I'm avoiding it. I will fly overseas to not do this
If you
game.
fly away next week, I'm not giving you permission to skip an episode.
No, okay, I'm playing Stray because I actually have to, like, my life depends on it.
You have to play a fair few hours of
No,
it.
I will, because you know what's good? Is my partner, he's now away for a month. Out of the house, got it to myself, have the PS5 and the PS4 all to myself. I actually now have more, I guess, freedom and time to do it.
Is it on PS5?
Yes.
Put that in your bedroom.
Yeah, the PS5 in the bedroom.
Yes, and then play Stray in bed.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Because then you'll be all cozy and you'll be like, this is lovely. And you can be the cat and then hopefully not get stuck on a glitch and progress.
No, I'm going to do it. I actually am. I'm looking forward to having some solo gaming time. You know, when you're in a relationship, very grateful, love a partner, but you kind of, everything you kind of do, you're always considering the other person, right? Like,
absolutely,
you know,
100%, yeah.
Constantly. Whereas for now, the next 4 weeks, I don't have to consider him and I could just play it if I want to at 2 a.m. Will I? Probably not. But
this is my favorite thing. Like, I'm happily married and I've been with my lovely wife Lucy for 13 years all up. So we've been together a long time. And we've got all these things that I love doing stuff with her. But when she goes away for a week, it is so good. Like, I love you a lot. However, I love having pizza for dinner every night way more. I also, like, get home, play PlayStation, everywhere's a mess, blah, 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 do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Piece of shit the whole time. Then before she comes back, tidy the whole house up.
Yeah.
You know, and then she comes back and then it's great again because I'm sick of living like that.
Totally.
But there's something about that, isn't there?
There is. Like, I love Sam and I miss him a lot when he's away.
We all do, Ellie.
We all
too.
love Sam, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
But no, I'm looking forward to having just a little bit of autonomy again for 4 weeks because when you're, living with people, you don't often get alone time. And I actually
because he's quite clingy, you were saying, eh?
Yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo, actually. I'm thinking about dumping him.
I love that. You didn't just take the ball and run with it. You spiked it. That's funny.
So, that's me straight this week. And I guess based on the voice message from Guy at the start of the episode, which he obviously intended for us to play now.
Shame Guy. He's going to be furious.
Yeah, he's going to be so embarrassed. He's playing Helldivers too. Is that what he said? I can't remember. That was so long. I can't
Shouldn't be able to play Helldivers if he's sick. Actually, no, that reminds me. I'm supposed to be playing with him tonight.
Oh.
And another one of my mates, Nate, who messaged me saying, hey, I got a shout out in the podcast. And now you got another one. So that's happening tonight, actually, after this.
Oh, so you do have time to remote in with each other and hang out, but
apparently.
No time for a podcast.
Look, Ellie, leave me out of it, mate. All right? I'm not the guy playing hooky. Hooky? Is that what they used to call it?
I don't know.
Wagging?
Wagging.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not the wagger. But will you enjoy your fun gaming night together with the boys?
You can join in if you want.
Nah, thanks. I'm fine. Hey, have a great week, everyone. And don't forget to vote on our Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, for what you'd like the Facebook community group to be called. And the winner of the game name suggestion will win a $100 gaming voucher of their choice.
Yes, and I've just heard, unfortunately, that whole bowl and peanuts thing I suggested earlier, that's been taken off the table.
Oh.
Yeah, the powers that be have said, no, we can't give that bowl away.
Damn.
And the nuts.
Well, you've really disappointed me and everyone listening.
That's all right.
Oh, well.
Let's end on a downer.
All right. See you next week.
See you.